Hello, and thank you for attending another Pinnacle webinar episode. We're going to talk today about the hidden emotional challenges of retirement that nobody talks about. My name is Dr. Greg Green, and I truly appreciate the opportunity to spend this time with you discussing a topic that is incredibly important, yet rarely talked about openly. Tonight's conversation is called The Hidden Emotional Challenges of Retirement That Nobody Talks About. Now, when most people think about retirement, the conversation usually centers around financial planning, savings, investments, Social Security, healthcare, travel goals. And while all those things matter, there's another side of retirement that often catches people completely off guard. It's the emotional side. Because the truth is this, many people prepare financially for retirement, but very few prepare emotionally for it. And that emotional transition can be far more difficult than people expect. You see, retirement is not simply a financial event, it is a life transition, a major identity shift, a change in structure, routine, purpose, relationships, and daily meaning. And if we do not intentionally prepare for those changes, retirement can quietly become emotionally overwhelming. That's why I believe retirement should never simply be about stopping work. It should be about intentional retirement. It should be about creating meaningful next chapter through purpose, connection, reinvention, and life design. One of the first emotional challenges many retirees experience is the loss of identity. For decades, many people define themselves by what they do. They are the executive, the business owner, the nurse, the teacher, the manager, the provider. Their career becomes deeply connected to their sense of value and circumstance. Then retirement arrives, and suddenly the structure that shaped everyday life, it also disappears. No meetings, no deadlines, no professional responsibilities, no clear routine. And many people quietly begin to ask themselves, who am I now? That question can feel surprisingly emotional because retirement often forces people to rediscover themselves outside of their professional identity. And unfortunately, many people never discuss openly because they feel that they're supposed to be happy during retirement. But internally, they may feel uncertain, disconnected, and emotionally adrift. That is why retirement must become more than financial preparation. It must become a process of intentional reinvention, an opportunity to rediscover purpose, passions, relationships, contribution, wellness, and meaning. Another hidden emotional challenge is the loss of structure. Many people underestimate how much emotional stability comes from routine. For decades, work provides a schedule, a reason to wake up, a sense of progress, daily interaction, goals, responsibility. Then suddenly, retirement creates unlimited free time. At first, the freedom feels exciting, but over time, too much unstructured living can begin creating boredom, restlessness, and emotional emptiness. Because human beings need meaning. We need purpose driven living. We need something that inspires us to continue growing and contributing. And that's one reason why retirees eventually realize that endless leisure alone does not create fulfillment. A truly successful retirement includes emotional engagement, learning, growth, adventure, connection, and meaningful experiences that continue expanding who we are becoming. Another emotional challenge nobody talks about enough is loneliness. Retirement can dramatically change social connection. Work relationships disappear, children becomes busy with their own lives, friends relocate, schedules change, and many retirees quietly experience increasing isolation. In fact, loneliness has become one of the greatest emotional and health related challenges facing older adults today. But many people never admit to it. They feel embarrassed or they assume loneliness is simply a part of aging. But human beings were never designed to live disconnected lives. We're designed for community, for conversation, for shared experiences, for encouragement, for belonging. And without intentional effort, emotional isolation can slowly impact not only happiness, but physical and mental health. And that's why one of the most important aspects of retirement transformation is intentionally creating environments where connection can thrive. Another challenge many people experience is fear about the future. Retirement creates a major psychological shift. People begin thinking more deeply about aging, time, health, legacy, relationships, and mortality. Questions begin to surface like, what do I want these years to mean? Am I truly fulfilled? What kind of legacy am I creating? What happens if my health changes? How do I stay mentally and emotionally alive? These are deeply human questions. And while they may feel uncomfortable at times, they also create extraordinary opportunities for growth because retirement can become one of the most meaningful seasons of a personal transformation in a person's life, as if it's approached intentionally. That is why I believe retirement should not happen by default, it should happen by design. This next chapter of life include intentional reflection, personal growth, emotional wellness, meaningful relationships, adventure, purpose, and reinvention. It should become a curated life experience rather than simply an extended period of inactivity. That is why I created the 7-day all-inclusive life design retreat in Costa Rica through Pinnacle Life Design Group. I created this retreat because I saw how many people were entering retirement financially prepared, but emotionally unprepared. The experience was designed to help individuals and couples intentionally step away from the distractions and routine of everyday life and focus on designing a more meaningful future. This is not a vacation. It's not a traditional retirement seminar. It's a transformational retirement experience focused on clarity, emotional well being, personal growth, purpose, wellness, connection, and life design, or rather, life redesign. During the retreat, our guest participates in life planning workshops, purpose and legacy discovery sessions, wellness exercises, reflection exercises, meaningful group discussions, adventure excursions, connection building activities, a guided conversation focused on a more intentional future. Everything is all inclusive so participants can fully relax, recharge, and reflect and focus on themselves without everyday distractions. And one of the most powerful aspects of the experience is realizing that they're not alone. They meet others who are navigating similar questions, emotions, transitions, and hope for the future. Sometimes one meaningful week in the right environment creates more clarity and emotional breakthrough than years of staying busy and distracted. I would truly believe that we are entering a new era of retirement. People today want more than comfort and security. They want meaning, they want connection, they want growth, they want adventure, they want wellness, they want community and purpose driven living. They want a transformational retirement. Not simply more years to live, but more life within those years. And the people who thrive emotionally in retirement are usually not the people who simply stop working. There are people who intentionally redesign their lives. As I close today, I want to leave you with this thought. The emotional challenges of retirement, they are real, but they are not signs of failure. They are invitations, invitations to grow, invitations to reconnect, invitations to rediscover yourself to intentionally create a future filled with meaning and fulfillment. Because retirement is not the end of your purpose, it may actually become the beginning of your greatest reinvention. Thank you so much for being with me today. I truly appreciate your time. I hope today's conversation encouraged you to think differently about what is in the next chapter of life because your future deserves to be lived intentionally, not accidentally. Thank you.